guys, it's me, Ken. So all month long I've been talking about integrity. We've talked about personal values, boundaries, accountability, but I keep going back to how we communicate. A person with integrity communicates honestly and openly. They don't run away from difficult conversations. If we have a conflict with another person, we're open and honest about it. People with integrity don't hide their feelings, only to become resentful later on. They also are honest about their time, their abilities, and preferences. No matter what, integrity ultimately means your moral principles are more important than your personal comfort. Let me say that again. Integrity ultimately means your moral principles are more important than your personal comfort. And honesty can be uncomfortable. This can be difficult because we live in a culture where we are very competitive. We want to win, and in some cases, we want the other person to lose. Or we may even want revenge on someone who has wronged us. How many movies are about getting revenge on our enemies or making sure the bad guy gets it? I don't know how your family is with board games, but I have 3 sons. Board games can get ugly at our house. I must admit, I've been known to compromise my integrity during the game Monopoly. Yeah, I'll pay for your stupid railroads, but you're coming around to Park Place and I'm going to destroy you. And my wife is the worst. She makes alliances, she makes up rules. It has gotten ugly. I've actually had to ban Monopoly at my house. Now, Monopoly is a zero-sum game. That means there's one winner, everyone else loses. But the workplace is not Monopoly. The workplace is not Survivor, where you make alliances and vote people off the island, or at least it shouldn't be. So how do we become people who communicate openly and honestly? The Bible gives us some clues. In Colossians 4:6, it says, "Let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how you should answer each person." What is the definition of gracious? Well, it's basically courteous, kind, pleasant. Even when someone is rude or inconsiderate, we can answer with compassion. When I looked up the word gracious in one dictionary, one definition said, showing divine grace. We can't always show divine grace because we are not God. But think about what God has done for you. Even when we turn our back on Him, even when we commit sin, He still loves us and forgives us. The second thing this verse says is to be seasoned with salt. Back when this verse was written, salt served primarily as a preservative, keeping meat from spoiling. It was valuable enough even to be used as currency. And of course, salt changes the flavor of whatever it is added to. Try eating French fries without salt or meat without seasoning. So ask yourself, when you are part of the conversation, if it is going in a negative way, can you alter the flavor? Can you season it in a way that is appealing? This is why Jesus uses salt as a metaphor in Matthew 5. He calls his followers the salt of the earth. Of course, the only way this works is if you are authentic. If you're fake, people will know it. This goes back to knowing your personal values and being people of integrity. It also goes back, in my opinion, to having values that are aligned with God's principles. Without that right relationship with God, it's very hard to show someone divine grace or to be authentically loving. Let's work on being good communicators. Thank you.